Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatimah Azzahra binti MOHMAD, one of the group members of 4 teammates. We are from AP 1154H. This video presentation is made for our beloved lecturer, Madam Siti Nadia, for the purpose of our case study, which is about analysis of housing on Waqf Land. Below are the list of our group members, which are AININ SOFIYA, NURUL, ALYA SHAFIQA, and FATHIN AMIRA. Without further ado, let's begin our presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURUL ALYA SHAFIQA binti ZAKARI. For the data collection, to obtain the information and data, the most suitable method that we use is others method, which is conducting the online questionnaire. We use Google Form as a platform to be shared to the people, and the title of our survey is about housing Waqf Land. We post our questionnaire on WhatsApp status and also WhatsApp groups until we manage to get enough respondents. Our questionnaire on WhatsApp status and also WhatsApp groups until we manage to get enough respondents. Nowadays, many people, especially young generation, doesn't have enough knowledge about Waqf. There are a few categories of Waqf, and one of it is housing Waqf. Housing Waqf is a residential that built on Waqf land, and the people, especially Muslim people, can enjoy the benefit by renting the house with a low price. For this assignment, we are responsible to develop a questionnaire to collect the data from the respondent. And the aim of the survey is to spread the awareness and understanding about housing Waqf land among people. The data that have been collected will be analysed in order to get the mean, median and mode of the data. And the survey is open to all types of age of class because we want to get the diversity of answer based on their own thinking level.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is NURUL binti WISAM, and today I will present about the sample method. Sample method for statistics report is very important for every researcher to identify how to collect data from the populations. This is because it is unlikely that researchers will be able to collect data for every single one of them when conducting research on a group of people. Rather, the researchers themselves have to choose a sample wisely for the analysis. The sample is the number of people who will actually take part in the studies. And there are two types of sampling method, which is probability sampling and non-probability sampling. So we choose probability sampling, which is simple random sampling for this analysis report. Simple random sampling is used when the population is homogeneous and the sampling frame is accessible. The sample is drawn from the population with the goal of giving each them an equal chance of being chosen as a response. The population as a whole should be included in the researcher's sample frame. Based on our online questionnaire, we share the link with many ways and many platforms without choose any specific respondent because we agreed to choose simple random sampling to be used in this analysis report.
Assalamualaikum, my name is AMIRA. I want to present about the advantage and disadvantage of online questionnaire. Okay, nowadays we have a bill rocked by the worst pandemic, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic has affected all societies in terms of money, jobs and life. The pandemic has banned the community from leaving the house. Most people who would have done work from home that is through online. To collect data, we definitely need to deal with people. So since this pandemic happened, the way to collect data has changed. The example to be an online questionnaire, there are various advantage and disadvantage of this method. Alright, first, the advantage of online questionnaire is can increase the response rate. Nowadays, the age of technology or the virtual world is too advanced. Society nowadays can do anything through the online world. questionnaire can be submitted or disseminated on social media apps like the example like WhatsApp, right? The people can communicate via WhatsApp only. Therefore, is this questionnaire is distributed, there will be many people who will respond because it is easy to use only one finger. The second advantage of collecting data online can reduce costs, as data collector can reduce the cost of daily expense such as refueling vehicle to meet people. There are also have plenty of websites and platforms that make creating your survey fast and affordable. Convenience, respondents answer questions on their own schedule and can even have flexibility with completion time. Rapid deployment and return time are possible with online surveys that don't use traditional method. And if people have bad contact information for some respondent, it will know it almost immediately. Alright, the disadvantage of online questionnaire is survey fraud is the biggest challenge. We cannot know that the answer given by the respondent is true or false. There are number of people who are lazy to read if the question are too many, which is they will answer anything as long as there are enough conditions to complete. If the survey is too long and or confusing, the surveyor may get a false answer. Since there is less accountability, the chance of people just pressing a button to solve it are high. Other than that, the limited sampling and respondent availability also can be a problem. Certain residents tend not to have internet access and are unable to answer online questionnaire. To make more samples already if based on email address or website visit. This will make it difficult for reviewers to form questions online. There are a number of people who are not very good at using the latest technology or are called technology blind. There are also possible cooperation problem. Online survey can be deleted and ignored. People who don't like to be bothered, of course, they just need to click delete. The conclusion is everywhere there are good and bad method. May everyone preserve in facing the challenge that have the occur. That's all from me. Thank you.
So, I will continue to the analysis for section 8. I will explain about age first. Based on the pie chart, we can see that many respondents between 50 until 25 years old, which is we can see that the percentage here is quite higher, 65.05%. For the second higher is between 26 until 35 years old, which is 27.18%. And the others is 2.91% for 36 until 45 years old and 4.85% for 46 until 55 years old. Next slide for section A is gender. Based on the figure, most of the respondents are female, where the percentage is 59.2%. while the rest of the respondents are from male, which is 50.8%. Lastly, for section A is nation. Based on the bar graph, the respondents mostly the nation of Malay, which is the higher one than the others. The second highest is others. That means nation that not have been mentioned in the questionnaire, which is 2.9%, and the lowest is Chinese and Indian, 1%, representing 1% per nation. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatimah Azzahra, and I will continue the presentations with the section B of the question number 1, which is, can Waqf Land be sold to be developed as a residential area? So based on the graph shown, 103 respondents have answered the question in questionnaires about Waqf Land, and 60.2% of 103 respondents have answered no, and 39.8% answer yes. With this analysis, we find the society have less exposure about Waqf land that developed as residential area. Hence, more than 50% answer as no, while the correct fact should be yes. So as for the calculation, we choose the answer no, as it has the highest answer for question 1, section B. First, we need to do our table to find the total frequency, cumulative frequency, midpoint, total FX, and lower boundaries. Next, I calculate the mean where our FX divide with total frequency, so 1633 divided with 58 will get the mean is 27.983. For median, just need to follow the formula and decide the lower boundaries, which is 14.5. Start with 58 divide with 2 and put in the formula, and you will get the 21.972 for the median. Lastly, mode. Use the formula and fill it with the highest frequency minus the frequency before, and so on with the below, and you will get the mode is 23.391. That's all. Thank you.
For section C, there are 5 types of answer that can be chosen by the respondent, which are neutral, agree, strongly agree, disagree, and strongly disagree. So for this section, I choose question number 5, which is the Waqf property development in housing sector is one of the good investment for economy. As we can see there are 47.6 of people agree with the question, and 19.4 of people strongly agree with the question. That means that majority of people understand the question given. However, there are 31.1% of people choose the neutral as the safest answer because maybe they doesn't sure with the answer, and there are a little amount of people doesn't agree with the question. For data analysis, I choose to explain the agree data because most of the respondents choose agree with a total 49 of people. So to get the mean, the FS, which is 1228, must be divided by the total frequency, which is 49. So the mean that we get is 25.06. To find the median, first thing first, we must divide 49 with 2, so we get 24.5. So after that, we need to put all the numbers in the formula and settle down the numbers in the bracket first. So 24.5 minus by 0 must be divided by the frequency of the median, which is 33, and must be multiplied by the class size, which is 11. So after get the answer, we must add up with the lower limit of median, which is 14.5. So we get the answer for the median is 22.667. Lastly, to find the mode, we must put all the numbers into the formula. So 33 is the highest frequency in the data, 0 is the frequency before the 33, and 12 is the frequency after 33. So after calculate all the numbers in the bracket, we must multiply by the size of class, which is 11, and must be added up with the 14.5, which is the lower boundaries of the data. So the mode that we get is 21.22.
Section D, first is analysis of whether the respondent is satisfied or not about with the management of Waqf land managed by Majlis Agama Islam Negeri. There is 45.6% are feel neutral about this. Majlis Agama Islam Negeri is the sole trust of Waqf property, including Waqf properties. Majlis Agama Islam Negeri receive many Waqf properties from Waqf, from who give Waqf who differ in value. Johor, Terengganu, Sabah and Kedah are among the state with the large area of Waqf land. Refer to the table. To find the frequency, we must refer to the questionnaire, the The age 15 until 35 is 24, 26 until 35 is 8, 36 until 45 is 0, 46 until 55 is 2. The total of the frequency is 34. How to get the FX, that is frequency multiply the midpoint. The total in the table is 825. How to find mean? The total FX divided by total frequency and we get the mean is 9.559. How to find mean? Maintain some sample divided by 2, that's mean 34 divided 2 and the answer is 11. Refer to the table. We choose first row, that is the age 15 until 25. The lower boundary is 14.5 plus the bracket 7 minus some frequency before middle class is 0 and divided by frequency is 24 and multiply by 11. Why the 11? The lower boundaries after row 15 until 25, the lower boundary is 25.5 minus with 14.5 and get the 11. The median is 22.91. The mode lowest boundary is plus bracket the highest mode minus mode before the highest and divided by bracket highest mode minus before the highest mode and plus bracket highest mode minus after the highest mode and multiply it with the 11. That means is 14.5 plus the bracket 24 minus 0 divided by bracket 24 minus 0 and plus bracket 25 minus 8 and multiply with 11 and get the answer is 21.1. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I'll continue the presentations with the conclusions. Okay, the increase on homeless people in Malaysia is worrying many responsible parties, while there are still many of unsold houses on the market because as B40 people cannot afford the market value tagged by the developers. Many people dissatisfied with the government as there were no action on controlling the price point of the house in Malaysia. However, there are Muslim people who walk off their lands. The community used for benefit and it can use for residential too. All people with lower price than market value of the house out there. As this report mean is to know on people knowledge of Waqf Land as residential, also to give awareness that Waqf Land can be used as many functions as possible and not just for school, mosque, but also house for people. Next is as to know on how our society thoughts. We prepare close questions on qualitative data about Waqf Land as residential to gather a new data and apply with the highest sampling method, which is simple random sampling. About 30 questions have been prepared and distributed as online questionnaire by using Google Form, and we managed to reach 103 respondents to fully answer on the questionnaire. The question have 4 sections. On section A, the respondent need to fill their personal information. Section B, C and D is to know and measure the exposure on our respondent about housing on Waqf Land. With all the data collected, we needed to analyze and on every question with detailed percentage of our respondent and graph shown. Our enormous number of respondents are from age 18 to 25 and as the highest nation are from Malay. Lastly, the report has data representation where all the questions have mean, median and modes on every choice of answer that we prepare for our respondent. The data conclude that society has a good understanding of Waqf Land as residential and aware that it can be a solution to many people who struggle to own a house. More than 85% of Waqf Land in Malaysia are not used beneficially or developed. This can be waste if it does not used for good for the community. The authority should focus and find the root causes of this problem and find the solution so it can be developed and fulfill the essential needed for all people, which is their shelter, a house. That's all from me. Thank you.